It's 6 o'clock from the studios of Yes Ma Radio, the First Media Academy Radio. Good evening and thank you for joining us on Yes News Now. In the headlines, President Muhammadu Buhari virtually commissions historic content tower in Bayelsa. Alleged corruption court adjourns trial of Adoke and Abubakar. Killings, Defense Headquarters deploy special forces in southern Kaduna. And from the exciting world of sport, NFF funds will be used for players' welfare and clubs. Now the news in detail. My name is Olatunde Ido. Good evening. President Muhammadu Buhari today virtually commissioned the 17-story Nigerian Content Tower in Bayelsa State. The tower is a project of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board (NCDMB) and will serve as its headquarters. President Buhari, in a speech broadcast via Zoom from the State House in Abuja, described the commissioning of the tower as a historic moment. He then mandated the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Temipre Sylvia, to physically commission the building on his behalf. Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri also delivered a speech at the commissioning. The NCDMB building comes with its own 10 megawatts gas-fired power plant and a 1,000-seater conference hall. President Buhari also commissioned the power plant, which, according to the NCDMB, was built in partnership with a Nigerian oil company. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, and Minister of Transportation, Rutima Mechi, also attended the commissioning virtually. The Federal High Court in Abuja today adjourned the trial of former Attorney General of the Federation, Mohammed Adoke, and an Abuja-based businessman, Aliyu Ais. The trial, which is being presided over by Justice Iyang Ekwo, was adjourned after the prosecution opened its case by calling two witnesses. Adoke and Abubakar on August 4 were rearranged by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) on a 14-count amended charge bordering on prosecutor Bala Sanga had presented a witness but failed to serve the defendant with the proof of evidence and statement before approaching the court. The former AGF pleaded not guilty to the charges leveled against him. Following the unabated killings by suspected terrorists in southern Kaduna, the Defense Headquarters has deployed more troops in the communities in the area. It disclosed that special forces on Operation Safe Haven were carrying out patrols at the various flashpoints in the communities, noting that the move was expected to curtail the bloodshed in the general area. Speaking on the measures to address the violence and criminality in southern Kaduna settlements and other parts of the country during the weekly press conference at the Defense Headquarters, Abuja today, the coordinator of Defense Media Operations, Major General John Eneche, expressed the conviction that the atrocities in the Northwest will be capped soon. On the situation in the Northwest Zone, NHA revealed that the aggressive operations by troops of Operation Hadrin Daji had led to a reduction in banditry in Katsina, Kebbi, Zamfara, Sokoto, and adjoining states. The suspended acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Ibrahim Magu, has asked the Judicial Commission of Inquiry probing his tenure to clarify the 45-day timeline given to it by President Muhammadu Buhari. He said the instrument establishing the judicial commissioning was dated July 3rd, but he was served on August 8th. He said it was unclear whether proceedings of the panel before the date of issuance of the instrument of mandate will be deemed to be part of the 45 days timeline. He asked the commission to clarify whether its proceedings will be deemed to commence when he was served the instrument of mandate on August the 8th. He raised 8 other issues, including the fact that the tribunal has consistently sat in private and not in public. But he said if the commission's timeline is retroactive, he is ready to defend himself. Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos, UNILAG, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe, yesterday rejected his sack by the institution's governing council. The council announced Ogundipe's removal as After a meeting yesterday at the Abuja headquarters of National Universities Commission (NUC), Professor Ogundipe said his removal did not follow due process as enshrined in the Universities Act. The federal government said it had not been notified, but affirmed that the council has the power to hire and fire as long as the due process is followed. Members of the Senate on the council said yesterday's decision did not follow the due process. The local chapter of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, condemned Ogundipe's sack and summoned an emergency congress for today at the university's campus in Akoka. Condemning Ogundipe's sack in a statement, the chairman, ASU, UNILAG, Dr. Dele Ashiru, said the removal was illegal as it was against Section 17 of the University of Lagos Act. Global rights group Amnesty International has condemned the death sentence handed down to a musician, Yahya Sharif Aminu, by a Sharia court in Kano State for blaspheming Prophet Muhammad. Amnesty also called on the Abdullahi Ganduje-led government to immediately quash the conviction. The rights group said this today in a statement titled "Authorities Must Quash the Conviction and Death Sentence Imposed on Kano-based singer," signed by its spokesman Issa Sanusi. The group described the conviction as a travesty of justice, adding that from all indications, the musician did not get a fair hearing. I'm going straight to the exciting world of sports. Club officials have promised to use the COVID-19 palliative disbursed by the Nigeria Football Federation for the welfare of their players. The NFF on Tuesday released a list of how it shared the $2 million it got from FIFA, CAF, and sponsors across national teams, state associations, football clubs, and other partners. Some chairmen of the clubs in the Nigeria Professional Football League, who spoke with our correspondent, promised that the funds, when released, will not be channeled into other areas. The NFF allotted $300,000 to the 20 NPFL clubs, with each club expected to receive $15,000, which is about 5.790 million naira. Chairman of the Ondo State Football Agency, owners of Sunshine Stars, Tajuddin Akemi, said, and I quote, "Just like they said, it is a form of palliative, so it will go to the players and the technical crew." And that will be all on Yes News Now. But before I go, let me bring you a recap of the stories I brought to you earlier. In the news, I told you that President Muhammadu Buhari virtually commissions historic content tower in Bayelsa. Alleged corruption caught a Jones trial of Adoke and Abubakar. Killings, defense headquarters deploy special forces in southern Kaduna. And from the exciting world of sports, we brought you the news that the Nigerian Football Federation funds will be used for players' welfare and club. The news was produced and edited by Prosper Abolade Shomi and delivered by Olatunde Ido. Many thanks for listening. The Yoruba version of Yes News Now comes up immediately after this. On behalf of the entire transmission team, good evening.